Hi, I'm Helen Cammack, one of the founders of interests.me. In this short video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create and publish a story on interests.me. As soon as you're ready to create a story, go to the Stories tab at the top of the page and you'll see a box pop up for your story. You're just drafting your story here, so don't worry too much about what you're writing. Give it a title. There we go, summer party, and just start writing some ideas down about your story. And you can click the Save as Draft button anytime at the bottom to save it and come back to it later. As you'll see, interests.me will start to tile your draft stories so you can easily see what you're working on, and any team members can also see what you're working on as well. I'll create another story here to show you what I mean. We need more volunteers. Horsell Volunteers Club needs more volunteers. If you don't want your team members to see it, you can uncheck the box below, but I'm happy for my team members to see it, so I'll carry on writing my story. So if you want to add formatting to your text, we have a few options available on the top right. I'm going to use bullet points here. I can also choose to make some text bold or italic. Small word of warning, if you are pasting large amounts of text from a PDF document or a Word document into interests.me, do check that the formatting doesn't go a little bit skewy. Sometimes this can happen because there's hidden formatting in the original document you're pasting it from, and it can make words run together or leave out or add line breaks sometimes. You can create a hyperlink, as I'm doing here, out to another website by using the link button at the top right. And that creates a lovely hyperlink. If you want to add an image to your story, you can only add one image per story, but this is quite easy. Simply click on Add Image and select what you want to upload. We support PNG images and JPEG images, and we'll make sure that it looks beautiful in the email by resizing the image to make sure that the left-hand side of the image is aligned with the left-hand side of the email and the right-hand side aligns with the right-hand side of the email. As you can see, it can take a little time to upload an image if it's large. Do make sure you have permission to use any image that you use, and you're not breaking copyright laws, as you're responsible for any copyright infringements using our service. So I'm going to save this as a draft now and go back to my other story to show you what happens for an event. So this is an event story. So you can add event details, which is some extra data about the event, such as a start date, end date or time, location, and also a special link in case you want to send people elsewhere to a different web page where they can register or buy tickets. If you add this information, it allows us to put this story into an events calendar for your community. So switching stories again, I'll show you how to publish a story. So if you click on Make Story Publicly Available, it's important that you don't mind anybody else sharing and reproducing it, including the image, both in their emails or elsewhere. This can be a great way of publicising what you're doing more widely than your own group. And you can choose tags to make it easier for people to find that image and know that it's worth sharing. And if I save that as ready for emailing, it will take it below to Stories Ready for Emailing, where it will show that it's public because there's a little public link for that. I'm also going to make the summer party story ready for emailing as well. So this is what a story looks like that's made public. It has a page of its own, and it also links back to your organisation's public sign-up page, so people can find out more about you. You can also see that if you're part of a community, then, and this one is part of the Horsell community, it's automatically published on your communities page, so that story appears first on the community page. Going back to the story, you can also see that it's really easy to share this page and therefore this story on any kind of social media platform. So here I'm sharing it on Facebook, and it will summarise and link to this story on any Facebook page that I share it to. So you can create this story only once, and then you can share it everywhere that you have a social media presence. I'm going to share it publicly on Facebook here. So going back to the tool, by clicking on the far right grey arrow next to a story, you can duplicate, archive, or delete a story. So duplicating a story means that you can start with an existing story as a template for a new one. And archiving it does exactly that. It just hides it from you, and deleting the story gets rid of it permanently. You can also click into the story to edit anything about that story, even when it's published. So that's the end of this in-depth tutorial on how to write and publish stories. The next tutorial in the series covers how to put together an email newsletter. For a super quick overview of interests.me and all its functions, you can look at tutorial 1. Or for more of these in-depth tutorials on other topics, I'm going to leave you with the full list. Remember, there are lots of ways of getting help. Go to our help pages, there's a link at the bottom of every interests.me screen, or if you can't find the help that you need, email us at support@interests.me.